What's up, my beautiful people? It is Friday, which is always a good day. We're going to be working on a bunch of customs today, so it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to get started first with George's Brokes Custom Glitter Pencil. Going to start with some tubing.
Sorry to interrupt your last point.
Yeah?
I'm going to run to the old shop and get those boards ready.
Okay.
He's going to be there till 2, so I'll just go ahead and do that.
Okay, if he asks about the window replacing it, and like paying for that.
I'll talk to him about that.
Okay, let him see if we can pay like maybe like $100 a month or something that way.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Ben's headed to the old shop that we used to be at, where I don't know how many of you guys remember the really cool graffiti murals that we have up on there, but he's gonna go pick those up because we moved out of there, and so they're fixing the windows that the kids who kept trying to break into our shop broke. We have to end up paying for those, unfortunately, so that's how that goes. So I've got a little cracked part on this tube. I'm looking for my tweezers. Here we go. I'm gonna pull this off. Got a can, this is kind of in my way. Move that. Thanks everyone for joining today. Gonna be making some custom pieces for folks. Gonna be doing a giveaway at the end. And don't forget flash sales. We're getting in the bangers today. I don't know what time they're coming because the mailman here comes different time every single day. Who else has a mailman like that? It comes fucking 11 a.m., 5 p.m., next day 2 p.m., next day it's a different guy, and then it's a different guy. Never the same guy. Got crazy mail over here, I'll tell you what. Alright, so I rounded that off. I got the cracked part off of there. How are you guys doing today? Doing good? I hope so. We want to go with the black tip. That was part of the request. I like it. He asked for like 1 or 2 custom parts, and then the rest kind of up to the artist. I always like that. Gives me a little freedom to make it nice how I like it nice. So I need a handle, running low on handles, but I'm gonna attach that there to some black. I got crying puppy in the background, crying Kronos. They're upset because they haven't gone on a hike in a couple days. So definitely gonna have to be going on another dab hike here real soon. If you guys have any glass blowing questions or Monkey Boy art questions, life questions, love questions, shoot them down below. But there we go, straight connection. And just doing connections is something you can practice a lot. It's something that takes a long time to feel comfortable with. Having an L marver, super helpful. I mean, if you could do it without needing a marver, then you're at a better position, obviously. It's more skillful, but I like things, you know, tools make things easy. I like things easy when you got tools to make them easy. All right. Now I'm putting the tip on here. And if you guys are interested in glass blowing classes, lessons, definitely hit us up. We are now open for teaching, watching. If you just want to come and watch, you can totally do that as well. Hit us up.
I'm going to also do laundry.
Okay. Yay, clean laundry. Taking the little guy? Okay. That's good. He loves car rides, Kronos. Our French bulldog, he loves the car. Loves sitting in his daddy's lap and putting on a big old smile. Alright, so we got the nice tip there. I'm gonna pop my hole. And then we gotta wait for that end to cool. What I did there is I reheated the hole and then I gave a really quick, and that made the hole a little bit bigger. So I got a nice size hole. That's where the glitter's gonna go in, and then we'll seal that up with something called a laser bond. It's a really cool little material. Comes out kind of goo, and then you hit it with a UV light and it hardens. All right, so next we're gonna work on custom, a little bit overdue. This customer's been super patient. We're gonna make a pink slime specialty sword dabber. And we didn't have, we weren't able to order pink slime rods, so we ordered some pink slime tubing, and we're gonna condense this down into solid. So I gotta find a couple handles for this to work with. Think about whether I should put a tube on this other end as the connector. No, it's open on both ends. If it was closed off on one of the ends, I would want to, because you don't want it to be a closed hollow form, because as you imagine, as the glass is condensing down, you're creating pressure on that air that's trapped inside. But this is open on both ends. Let's see if you can see through it. So we're just going to use another rod here. And I'll condense this closed first on this pink slime on this other end. There we go. Now I'm just melting it in the flame and letting the walls thicken and collapse from gravity. And it's gonna push the air out. You gotta make sure that you're not trapping air inside, so you can't move along until each section's really melted in. It's hard to see on a fully opaque color. Luckily this is a little bit transparent, so I can actually kind of see inside where the air bubble is and how it's moving, how the glass is condensing down to a complete solid. But it does take a little bit of a while here. It's not much to look at in the flame, it's just hot orange. I kind of stretch out some of the solid too as I'm heating it. I've got this angle downward so that the air bubble kind of gets pushed. The glass is forcing it downward as it's melting. My handle did crack, so I'm just being aware of that. But it's attached really firmly on the other side, so if it fell off on one side, as long as my muscles are prepared to kind of catch it, it's not a big deal. Okay, so we got a good amount of solid. This part I've pulled out is solid. And then this part that's all orange is still hollow, still got air in it. So I just gotta keep melting it down. I took it out of the flame because it was getting pretty loosey-goosey on me. I'm gonna turn my flame down a little bit and we'll go back in. getting there. So you can see how much time this adds versus if I just started with a solid, I just get skipped this whole part. Sometimes you just gotta work with what you got. So close. Alright, so now I got this big old thing of solid. Great. So now this thing actually also has a black handle. I think I'm going to form the sword first, and I'm going to form the handle, and I'm going to attach the two together. Now this thing had a pretty fat handle, or fat blade to it, compared to most of the swords I make, and it also had a flat blade, so we're going to gather it up and press it. Kind of just flattening it out in sections, and then I can condense it also once it's flattened. Lots of different ways to do it, different steps and orders. I'll check out the comments here in just a minute, see if there's any questions. So here's what I'm working with though. I'm flattening that out, making it kind of a much wider blade. A little bit more, but it's actually a pretty good width right as it is. So I gathered this up all pretty thick already. And then I'll be flattening this base. Flattening the sides, making them look more sword-like. And it's pretty thick right now, so I could definitely stretch this out, which is great. So I could definitely get as much length out of this as I need. So I'm just gonna put that there for now. And then let's see, it had a handle where it had 2 points going out this way, and one straight up the middle. So I'm gonna need another thing of black to attach. Let's see, that doesn't look like black. That might be black. That might be black. And that might be black. All right, we got 3 things that might be black. We'll stick them in the flame to see, make sure they don't change color on us. let it cool down, see what it looks like. I think it's black. Pretty sure that's black. So we will put that on there. We'll see. There's a lot of striking colors that start out looking black, then they change. Still looks black, looks good to me. Should be good. All right. So, let's see. I'm gonna nip off this end. Well, I'll check out the comments real quick. Thanks so much for joining and watching. We're doing customs today. We've prepped up a glitter pencil tip for a custom that we're doing, and then I'm working on a special pink slime sword at the moment for anyone just tuning in or curious. Yeah, it sucks about the windows at the old shop, but you know what? We are out of there, onto a better place, helped us learn about security. We try and look at everything in a positive. You know, it definitely taught us a lot of lessons, so that was, I mean, way better to get breaking into in a little shop and lose like, you know, $3,000 to $4,000 than to not know about security and like kind of certain things that we did really learn that were useful, and then we're in this big space and it gets robbed for $100,000 or something in a couple years from now. That would be way worse. So, you know, life lessons. Scrolly, scrolly, scrolly. What's up, everyone? Thank you for saying hi. All right, let's go. Let's do it. Nip off this little bit here. There we go. Okay. So now we're gonna just attach two different kind of handle parts. So we're gonna have to get a lot of angles melting this in, so it's nice. We really want to maintain a straight shape here also. So really I should turn my flame down. I'm gonna wait till this cools. Turn my flame down. Whew. Gets really bright sometimes, even with the glasses. So I'm just looking at this from different angles, making sure it's straight, making sure it's melted in. There we go. Pretty nice 90 degree. I don't generally make 90 degrees unless it's for like a special sword or something. All right, and then we're going to pull this kind of into a little point. I'm gonna do this up and down flipping because I want to melt it kind of even from both sides. And then I'm gonna pull it in this direction, so I got a straight pull. Not as straight as I want it just yet, so I'm gonna heat it. Straighten this out a little bit. Perfect. There we go. so we got one part of the handle there. We're gonna do the other side, just like that. So we gotta melt this back. All right, melted it back to a nice point there. Gonna heat the two parts up and make our connection. Letting it cool. Now I'm going to pull this one. I want to try and make these the same length. Make them symmetrical. Alright, there we go. Got our nice handle. We're going to do a little Illuminati dot on it. It's like a little gemstone, you know. Turn this down, soften the flame. Just a tiny, tiny bit of Illuminati, just for this. There we go. So it's got a little gemstone there. Now we're going to attach the blade. It's the tricky part because it is a wide blade. There's a lot of surface area to attach. And you want to get it fairly centered over the handle as well, so that's tricky. Just gotta go for it though. Alright, so I got them touched and attached, now I'm just melting them in. These have to be melted in real nice. Make sure I maintain my shape on my handles. Okay, so you can see I'm attaching that up there. Got one side attached, I'm going on this other side, which has the dot on it. Maybe I should have done the dot last, but that's okay. I'll just melt that in extra nice. Actually did melt it in a little nicer even. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to stretch out this blade. It's a little thick, it's a little short. We're just going to do that same way we stretch out everything else. Heat evenly, pull out of the flame. And you just stare it dead in the face and look at it. Picture how you want it to look in your head. Your brain will translate to your arms what to do. show you midway through so you can see I'm getting a nicer, straighter shape there. Also able to get it actually more even while I'm doing this, both in thickness and in width. I think this sword's gonna be even nicer than the first one. And it had kind of a quick taper at the end. So I'm gonna try and do that here also. Beautiful. Love it. What do you guys think? And then we're gonna pull, after this cools down again, I'm not touching it right now, it's hot, 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 not touchy, touchy. But I'm gonna pull this into a tapered handle. That way it's gonna actually fit into, I think it's a Phil Siegel wizard piece, but it's definitely a wizard piece, it's really cool. It's a wizard rig and it's gonna fit right in the wizard's hand. It's a special magic sword. So I'm pretty happy with how that came out. I really like that. Really nice connections, really solid, very good shaping. All right, so let's see, this is probably cooled down. Yep, so we'll go back to this one, see if there's any questions. All right, cool. So we're gonna put on the eraser here, which there was no specification of color, so I'm gonna pick what color I think looks nice with black. And then we're gonna do some horns on top of that. Alright, so got that there. Let's go with some pink slime. That looks awesome with black, just like I did on the sword. So that's easy. It's an easy one. I think we'll go black horns though. Like kind of alternate. So I got that rounded off nicely there. That's important. Let it cool down first, otherwise you'll mess with that nice rounded offness. Melt up your color, mush it on there. That's what it looks like at first. You really need to melt that nice together. Show you how it looks here in a second. You gotta focus on that area first, that connection part. Usually melt it in over shape, over bulgy, and then I will get that high again, and then I'll marker it straight. Now it's more straight. And then you just do the next section, same thing. Work your way up the eraser. So you get a little bit more. That's just nice straight across. And we'll do a tiny bit more. So you guys, we are going to trade in our Cadillac Escalade, which we've loved so much. It's been my favorite car vehicle I've ever owned, but we're gonna get a truck. That way we can get a fifth wheel. That's kind of the setup we decided would be the best in terms of, there's so many different RV setups. You know, there's Class A, Class B, Class C. There's truck or SUV with a travel trailer. There's truck with a fifth wheel. There's pop-up campers. There's in-bed truck campers. So we went through all the options and decided a truck and fifth wheel would be the best setup for us and the dogs. And so we're trading it in. Gonna go look at some trucks tomorrow. Also, we're gonna try and trade down. So try and get something probably a little bit older or with more miles so that our payment doesn't increase. Definitely don't really want a higher monthly payment right now. If anything, it'd be cool to get a lower monthly payment, but we'll see. We'll have to go through all the numbers in the dealership, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so I got that eraser done. Now we're gonna do the horns. So going back to this black here. We're gonna do two horns that kind of curve a little bit onto it. So they'll both be kind of in the back and we'll have them both curve forward. So attachment first. You want to attach, push, and then kind of pull it out. That way you don't get like a bulge, kind of. You'll still probably get a bulge anyways, but melt it in. Turn my flame way down because these are small. And if your flame's big, then you're just going to heat up the whole thing and you won't be able to get the shaping that you want. It was a super stiff black. I like that. That means it's strong. In terms of these horns are going to be pretty strong. All right, so we got one horn. Okay, see how it's kind of curvy there, and then we're going to do the other one pretty close to it. Turn the flame back up a little bit, so I can make my gather. Again, we're going to do this one pretty much right next to it. Push, pull. Now I gotta go from the bottom and heat in because it does get a little bulge. Turn my flame back down. Wait for parts to cool, and then you melt the next part and pull. And make your second and third horns longer, because you can always make it shorter. If it's too short, it's hard to make it longer and look good. So if you're not sure exactly how long to make it a little bit longer. See, like, I made it a little bit longer there. So I'll just shorten it up, no problem, that's easy. Tiny bit long, or it's just not quite curved right, I think. There we go. Specialty custom glitter horn pencil there. So we're gonna throw that in the kiln. And then once it's all the way run through the kiln and the glass is all annealed, then we'll fill it with the glitter. Gloves, tweezers, scalpel, no scalpel. that's sore. It's probably still hot. Put my hand over it. Still feel some warmth coming off of there. So, okay, we got another custom that we're working on for the Schaefer Show, is I believe how you pronounce that. We wanted a custom dagger dabber. I think that we wanted some cool purple colors and variations, so we went with some double amber purple. This should come out pretty nice. Knock off some carbon buildup there. Okay, so first I just got planted out in my head a little bit. I'm gonna have a blade section, and then I'm gonna have a little gather, and I'm gonna have a Maria, space, gather, space, Maria, ball. Okay, do you guys remember that? Can you remember for me? Okay, we're gonna start with, I think, one of the Marias. So again, you gotta kind of practice these to know the spacing. I haven't made one in a while. My spacing might be a little off, but I erred on the side of it being too long, not too short. I can always pull off glass really easy if it's too long. If I just have too much, I'll just have an extra piece that I just flame cut off. Let's see real quick if there's any questions from that last piece. Thanks so much for joining. We'll do the giveaway here after this piece. I think it's so cool, all the different places you guys are tuning in from. Definitely comment where you're watching from. I see that someone was commenting in ¿Qué estás haciendo? What are you doing? So you're in Mexico or Spain or some other Latin American country. That's very cool. I do know some Spanish. I took 4 years of Spanish at a very, very good high school, so I can understand a lot. I haven't spoken it in 10 years, so it's been a while, but I'm sure it would come right back to me. So now I'm doing this second Maria, doing it kind of far away. We want spacing on this handle. How do you say dabber in Spanish? Estoy haciendo un dabber. For anyone who doesn't know, we're located up in Spokane, Washington. Definitely come visit us. We're doing classes. We're thinking about doing some payment plans for the classes for anyone who's interested and can't just pay all up front or has trouble saving up for money. A payment plan is a really nice way to just help you save for something. So making a gather in between these two Marias. I'm not going to gather up all the glass, just some of it. And because we are doing these one-on-one lessons, it's going to be a lot more fun than just going to like some class. It's going to be one-on-one the whole time with me and Ben. You know, we'll take you out to eat. We'll show you some Spokane, you know, rec stores. We'll show you the cool spots in Spokane. Be a lot more kind of involved and fun and relaxed and whole experience more than just showing up at a class where there's 10 other people, one instructor. All right, so here's what we got so far. I don't know how much you can see the colors coming out in this, but they're pretty cool so far. So now we're gonna do the little gather above the handle, or yeah, above the handle, and then we're gonna do the blade. Yeah, you know, when you come for the class, you can ask us absolutely anything. We'll answer any of your questions about class, about business, how we run our business, about our financials if you're interested. It's really about any of it. I really love sharing information with you guys. I think knowledge is power. I don't think anyone owns ideas. I don't think anyone should own ideas. I mean, that's not even possible, because you can independently have an idea. Like, an idea is something you create from your own brain. can you own something that someone else could create? All right, so now we're melting down this this blade, and this might be a lot of glass. I think it's probably a little much, but it'll just be a nice big blade. This will be a really nice dabber. For you guys. So I got my big flame going so that I can melt it down a little more quickly. It's nice, I can see all the colors striking up and creating kind of swirls in this hot lava glass. I'll show you guys once I pull it out of the flame and got melted down, and as it cools, you'll be able to see some, I hope, of the swirling I'm talking about. As the ball gets heavier and heavier, the gather, it gets more and more floppy because there's just more weight, and gravity is always pulling it down. Always, always. Gravity never takes a break. We all gotta work hard like gravity, 24/7. Alright, so I got that pretty all condensed down to a nice big gather. Alright, you see some of those swirls popping up? Oh yeah. Alright, so now we're going to press that flat, and then we're going to stretch it out into a blade. Made some space on my graphite pad. Not going to do that on the marber. I want to be able to press really nice and hard, and this will move. So I got it pressed. Press it one more time just to get a little more even. So it's really thick. So now I got that pressed. I'm going to stretch it out. Little yellow here on the end. I'm gonna pull that part off anyways. Okay, so I got my handle attached. Turn down my flame. I'm gonna melt up both sides so there's no wrinkles, because the wrinkles will stretch out, and I don't like how that looks. It looks unprofessional. All right, so heated it up. Heated it. Stretching it now. Pretty good there, just gonna finish off the tip. Alright, so there we got a nice blade. Pretty long handle. And then we'll wait for that to cool, and we'll make the little ball part on the end. Get this cool down. A little warm, but yeah, pretty cool. So we'll finish this guy off. And so, because I've got these connections and I've got stuff I've worked on up here, it would really suck, and it totally would happen, possibly, if I just put the flame right here and then it cracked on me because there's so much. So I'm gonna start the flame down here, and the heat's gonna move up the rod on its own to kind of slowly warm up the glass, and then I can kind of move the flame up to here, which is where I wanna work it down from. So if you're worried about cracks, that's one way you can deal with them. It's a good way to deal with it. So you can see I started heating it up down there, but that's helping, the heat spreads. So I'm gonna start there and kind of just move my way up. And so I've got these handles that are a little in the way when I spin. So I gotta be kind of tricky about it, get an angle going a little bit. fingertips because I'm holding it upward. Okay, there we go. Making sure it has a nice taper here, that way, however skinny it needs to be, there's a part kind of for it to sit. All right, so there you go. See how it's tapered? So it's gonna fit right into little the wizard's hand there. So we'll throw that in the kiln to anneal, and we'll pick the winner for the giveaway. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for commenting and liking on our pictures. Thank you for messaging, all the support. And especially thank you for buying our glass. Pick this up. What should we? All right. Woo. Oh, damn it. Of course, tragedies, glass tragedies, you guys. Okay, so I totally fucking dropped it and broke the handle, but that's okay. That's the easiest part to put back on, luckily. So, grab the handle. Just nice clean break there. I'll put that back. Let's see, is this part hot? No. Okay, so should be able to just attach these together, no problem. I'm gonna wait for this other piece is still hot, so that's gotta cool down. But shit happens. You drop things sometimes. Broke off the handle, but super easy to fix. So I could even just do a new one. You know, I'm just gonna do a new one. That's a lot easier. Just do it real quick. Real quick. Can't leave it like that. Make me sad. Okay, let's go back in on it. And so this would have been another order and step to do it in, right? I could have attached the these parts of the handle to the blade part first and then done this part last. It's a little funky shaped here on the bottom, so I'm actually just gonna melt this and press it real quick. Press it flat. Give it better shaping. Okay, stick that in there, and then I just gotta melt this in real good. Melty, melty. Okay, melt it in on the back. Super bright. Hot. Hot. Stretching this out a little bit. All right, and now I can pull this handle. This time we are not gonna drop it. We're gonna not use those tweezers. Those were not a good choice for this piece. That's okay though. Just extra time. Just costs me some extra time. There we go, fixed it up. So now we're gonna throw that in the kiln. I'm just gonna hold it by the tip. Not even gonna use tweezers. There we go. Safely in the kiln, yay! All right, see if there's any questions and we will pick the winner. No questions. That is, oh, what's a Maria? That's a popular question. It's just a circle ring. There you go. That's a Maria, this part. Right there, that's the Maria. Seattle, Hawaii, Nevada, Florida. Oh my God, look at all these cool states, you guys. This is awesome. California, what a spread. I love it. So why don't you want to stretch it in the flame? Because your heat will not be even. Now think about it. If it's in the flame, one side is getting hit with the flame, the other side of your glass is getting just warmed up from all the rest of the heat. So the side that's getting hit directly with the glass is gonna be hotter and it's gonna stretch out faster than the other side. So that's why you wanna pull things out of the glass, out of the flame, stretch things out of the flame, is because it's gonna stretch more evenly. The heat is actually spreading out more evenly. Now, remember, heat moves, right? Heat literally is movement, like molecular movement. So when you take it out of the flame, that heat is gonna even out because it moves around. Tried fixing a tool one time with your butane torch. I've seen it done. I've seen some home fixes that have worked out pretty well that I've been actually pretty impressed with, so. All right, let's get it. Okay, eyes closed. Scrolly, scrolly, scrolling up and down, all the way, sides around. And winner is Young Kanoko. Congratulations, we got a local, nice. You can message us on how to claim your prize. You just pick it up in person since you're local. But thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We will do more live glass blowing tomorrow. I'm going to be on the torch a lot of the day, making a lot of pieces. We got wholesale order we got to fill. We got a bunch of cool stuff that we're making for promos and the monthly boxes. If you guys haven't signed up yet, you're missing out for sure. We got some special pieces going into those. And don't forget, Flash Sale Friday. I'm about to go take some videos, post them up right now. Send a direct message if you need anything at all. We got you guys. Thank you so much.